This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, the driver in the double fatal Gibson County crash that took place over Labor Day weekend has been arrested. The Jasper Rotary met to discuss the Mid-State Corridor. District 63 Representative Shane Lindauer announces a scholarship program. Kurt Guzell will be in with sports and more. All this coming up next on the 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jurnee Davis with news on WJTS. The driver in the Labor Day weekend crash that claimed the lives of two young men was taken into custody on felony charges earlier this morning. After reviewing the investigation of the crash that killed 19-year-old Trevor Watt of Princeton and 20-year-old James Gasaway of Hobstadt, the Gibson County Prosecutor's Office issued an arrest warrant yesterday for 25-year-old Ashley Sanders of Patoka. Both men were killed September 1st when Sanders struck their vehicle on Old US 41 north of Princeton near County Road 225 North. During the course of the crash investigation, troopers were able to determine that Sanders was allegedly driving her 2013 Chrysler 2000 at a minimum speed of 98 miles per hour before striking the rear of Watt's vehicle. As a result of the crash, Watt and Gasaway died at the scene. Both men were wearing their seatbelts but died of blunt force trauma. Further investigation also revealed that Sanders had a blood alcohol content of 0.27% and allegedly had marijuana and methamphetamine in her system. Sanders was arrested at her residence at approximately 6:30 Friday morning without incident and taken into the Gibson County Jail, where she is currently being held without bond. Sanders is facing 2 level 4 felony counts of operating while intoxicated, resulting in death for the alcohol, and 2 level 4 felony counts of operating while intoxicated, resulting in death for the presence of methamphetamine in her system. ISP troopers were assisted by the Gibson County Sheriff's Department. The Indiana Department of Education recently announced the state is the recipient of a $9 million project advancing wellness and resilience education, also known as an AWARE grant, through the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration to address mental and emotional health within Indiana schools. Perry Central Community School Corporation, in partnership with Southern Hills and Virtual Consult MD, was one of 3 districts awarded funding to implement Project AWARE. The goal of Project AWARE is to increase awareness of mental and emotional health concerns and improve connections to services for students by developing and expanding school-based mental health teams. The Department of Education will work with selected districts to create models of effective mental health practices for replication across the state. In partnership with Indiana's Department of Education and the Family and Social Services Administration, the Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction, school corporations will collaborate with local mental health agencies to establish a community approach to supporting the whole child. The Jasper Rotary Club met for a luncheon yesterday at the Arnold F. Hobbig Center in Jasper to discuss the proposed Mid-State Corridor project. Hank Menke, president and CEO of Huntingburg-based OFS Brands, Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz, and others addressed the crowd on hand, talking about what the corridor can do for transportation across the state and into southern states, among other areas. The local Mid-State Corridor group has been working for years to get a 4-lane, limited-access highway that would run north from Owensboro, Kentucky, go around Huntingburg and Jasper, and continue north to connect with Interstate 69. Organizers say that this corridor would ease traffic on US 231 between Interstate 64 and I-69 through Du Bois, Martin, and Spencer counties. Questions were asked by the public during the luncheon regarding the trajectory and how the corridor would be paid. Menke let the public know that they first need to conduct a study that would take a total of 3 years to complete. An agreement between the Indiana Department of Transportation and the Mid-States Corridor, RDA, states that local entities will provide the $7 million needed to pay for the environmental impact study, which would help the project qualify for federal funding. Private industry has pledged over the next 3 years a total of $3.8 million of that $7 million, with $700,000 of that already in the RDA's possession. Of the $3.5 million that is being requested from the public sector, The county is being asked to cover 50% at $1.75 million. The city of Jasper has pledged 40% at $1.4 million. The city of Huntingburg is being asked to cover 10%, which amounts to $350,000, a request that has not yet been discussed by Huntingburg City's Common Council. Menke says that without the study, there would be no continuing with the project. Bill Kaiser, legal counsel of the Midwest Regional Development Authority, says that the area needs the Mid-State Corridor to keep Du Bois County and other counties in touch with areas outside of the general region.
This project, this roadway, this corridor really will, in the future, in the 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years, will continue to keep Du Bois County connected to the rest of the world. If we don't have a major corridor to connect Du Bois County and Spencer County to the rest of the world, I-69 and the project, we are going to slowly die on the vine. We need this highway to keep our community vibrant and alive and connected to the rest of the world from a physical transportation standpoint.
Meanwhile, Menke stated that along with keeping up with the future of the world, this area needs the corridor so companies can transport safely.
Right now, we currently do not use 231. It's a dangerous road. It's rated from federally as one of the highest and most dangerous roads in Indiana, and so we avoid it. So that it roughly costs our company in the transportation side of probably $300,000 to $400,000 a year annually, because we go down to 69, or we got to go to or 65, and it's just there's no way of going north. And so, boy, what this would do for our region, I can't tell you what it would do in just so many facets, whether it's distribution, manufacturing, tech. I mean, it opens up the door. It just opens up all kind of possibilities.
Menke says the process will take several steps to finish. He wants to assure residents that if they see a map pertaining to the corridor and a pencil line goes through their property, not to worry, since it is too early to know exactly where the roads will go. Du Bois and Spencer counties, along with Jasper and Huntingburg, formed a regional development authority, which is working and negotiating with NDOT to get the project to become a state priority and thus eligible for federal funding. Jasper-based Kimball International Incorporated achieved silver level recognition by the American Heart Association for taking significant steps to build a culture of health in the workplace. The company was honored at an event at their headquarters campus in Jasper. Chief Administrative Officer Lonnie Nicholson says that on behalf of the hundreds of employees who participate in the company's many wellness programs, along with the HR professionals and wellness ambassadors who design and administer their numerous wellness activities and programs, that they are pleased to accept this honor. Officials at Jasper's Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center say that beginning this coming Monday, October 1st, Memorial Audiology Services will be located in the Medical Arts Building at 721 West 13th Street, Suite 325B in Jasper. Their hours will be Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Memorial Audiology Services offer comprehensive audiology testing, hearing aid consultations, and a 30-day trial period for the hearing aids with the latest technology and assisting devices. For any information regarding available services or just to schedule an appointment, you can call at 812-996-0227. A huge crowd is expected in downtown Washington Saturday night as the Knights of Columbus is drawing, and it's just down to 2 numbers with a payout equaling more than $2.2 million. The lottery is keeping the Knights of Columbus in business and sharing profits with area schools and community groups. Washington Police Sergeant Brandon Humphrey says that vehicles parked illegally in the downtown area will be towed to a temporary impound lot that will be set up behind the Washington Country Club. The drawing is set for 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Current high school seniors planning to pursue a degree in education can now apply for the Next Generation Hoosier Educator Scholarship. District 63 State Representative Shane Lindauer of Jasper says that the scholarship provides a $7,500 a year for the maximum of 4 years to 200 students who attend an Indiana college or university. Lindauer notes that students are more successful when their classrooms are led by passionate and dedicated educators. He says the scholarship can help future teachers get through college and into Hoosier schools, which will help shape the next generation of leaders. Lindauer says that the scholarship was established to encourage more high-achieving students to pursue a career in Indiana classrooms. Applicants must be in their top 20% of their high school graduating class or earn a score in the top 20th percentile on the SAT or ACT. Recipients must commit to teaching in Indiana for 5 consecutive years upon graduation. Interested students should be nominated by a teacher and submit a nomination form with their application. Those applications are available online at scholartrack.in.gov. College students currently studying education may also apply as long as they graduate from an Indiana accredited high school or non-accredited non-public high school. For more information and to apply before the November 30th deadline, you can visit www.learnmoreindiana.org/nextteacher. Lindauer represents Indiana House District 63, which includes portions of Davies, DuBois, Pike, and Martin counties. A new survey conducted by Indiana University finds that nearly 2 out of every 3 Hoosiers know someone who is battling addiction. According to the survey, 1/4 of participants report having a friend with an opioid addiction, while nearly 1 in 5 say that that person is a family member. The survey also found that 94% of participants are somewhat or very aware that there is an opioid crisis unfolding in the state. At least 3 in 4 participants agree that first responders, firefighters, police, and emergency management service workers should be equipped with naloxone to treat an opioid overdose. More than half of respondents also indicated support for syringe and needle exchange programs. The survey of 603 Indiana residents took place September 12th and 13th and was designed to assess attitudes towards substance abuse, specifically as it relates to the opioid crisis and the policies designed to help address it. The Navy's newest fast attack submarine, the USS Indiana, will be commissioned at the Navy port at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Port Canaveral, Florida. That will happen on Saturday. It will be the 16th Virginia-class submarine to join the fleet. Indiana will be the 3rd U.S. Navy ship and first submarine to be commissioned bearing the name Indiana. Diane Donald, wife of the retired Admiral Kirkland H. Donald, is the ship's sponsor. Designed to operate in both coastal and deep ocean environments, Indiana will present their leadership with broad and unique range of capabilities, including anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface ship warfare, strike warfare, Special Operation Forces support, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, irregular warfare, and mine warfare missions. The Indiana will be the 3rd U.S. Navy ship and the first submarine to be commissioned at the Navy port at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. The ceremony will be live streamed online at www.navy.mil/Indiana commissioning. To learn more, you can also visit ussindiana.org. Stay tuned, weather, sports, and inform are all still to come on WJTS News.